Shaq got off the hook. He was right. Jokic, SGA, both great players, but he was right. Let me explain. So some people said, "Oh, you just upset because Jokic is coming in on your territory, and if he wins everything outright." Well, no, he's not better than Hakeem and Moses right now. So he will still stand probably at the seventh range as the greatest center ever, but because of the three league MVPs in the finals and MVP. But he has to win again to move ahead of Hakeem and Moses. He does. And as far as Shea goes, Shea could have been a co-MVP this year. Shaq, some people thought he was insecure and he was worried. Well, one thing that I'm going to notice and make note of this, yeah, Jokic got the best of Rudy Gobert and the Sparks, but he didn't finish the deed. Shaq did. And there is something to be said about accountability in the postseason when you do what you're supposed to do, when you got to do what you do. You know, you very rarely saw Shaquille O'Neal get beat and ambushed 3 straight games at home. This is something that's not going to be lost on the Jokic resume because they got hammered bad. 3 games at home, held under 100 points. He got off this game, first game, but the second game he looked bad, and the last game on the road looked brutal. And you got to take the pluses and the minuses. Shea just didn't have no help, but he played out his mind. So I think it is vindication for Shaq because, well, first of all, they both home at the same time. They both going fishing. Shea's going fishing and Jokic is going fishing. And so it's a reality that, hey, if people want to quick and say, well, he was just being insecure. Well, really, was he? I mean, there's some, everybody's kind of petty, has their feelings, but you got to get the job done. And when people start talking about a 1-2 punch since Shaq and Kobe, and they was trying to hype Murray and Jokic, and they did lead the team. I mean, Jokic had 35, Murray had 34, but they didn't get the others involved, and it didn't finish the job. That's the cold reality. You got to finish the job. You want to be amongst the greats ever, and you want to be in that conversation. You got to finish, especially at home. You cannot lose 3 games at home in the postseason and call yourself an all-time great, because that is contradictory. And it's something that, needs to be discussed. That will be used against him in part. That's truth. But anyway, Shaq's vindicated. Even though those two are great players and they both had great seasons, Shaq is vindicated. He has not to worry any sleep about the Jokic coming near him and what he said about Shea because they gone fishing. So anyway, I thought I'd bring that up because some people will not give Shaq. Well, use that and say, oh, you do all that. Well, Jokic is done for the season. And I don't know what his title window will be like. I mean, I'm sure Denver will be a threat, but unless they get them another legit scorer and hang on to their bench and don't be dumb and lose their bench and don't keep their core, they're going to be a problem. They're going to have an issue. Yeah, he'll be a factor and he'll be a threat, but they're one of those kind of teams, everything has to flow in line. But make no mistake about it, that's why you've not seen another three-peater since Shaquille O'Neal and another dominance like that. Just keeping it real. Because the closest you've had is Steph Curry. And that hasn't happened. So, and it's not likely to happen with what I'm saying. But you got some interesting storylines. Please like, subscribe, work on thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. Share it if you like my piece.